New tonight at 11, new body cam video shows the moments that led to a deadly shooting at a Buckhead restaurant. Just hours ago, Atlanta police released this video right now from that night. Officers shot and killed 22-year-old Nygil Cullins inside the Fogo de Chao on Piedmont Road. And tonight, Nygil's family is finally getting the answers after waiting more than 2 years to see that video. 11 Alive's Angelina Salcido sat down with a former law enforcement officer and current attorney not connected to this particular case to help us understand the force the officers used. So, Angelina, what did you find out?
Well, Ron, the question that remains tonight is, did these two Atlanta police officers do everything they could to de-escalate the situation before firing their weapons? More than 2 hours of video were released, and we've combed through it all. Tonight, those tense moments escalated quickly.
It took less than a minute for shots to be fired.
Bro, what's going on?
A distressed 22-year-old Nygil Cullins throws himself on the floor as two Atlanta police officers approach him. Officers tase Nygil. He yells stop, gets up, and runs away.
They follow their protocol, the taser being the less lethal forms of force.
Mike Pugliese, a current attorney and former law enforcement officer, watched the body cam video to analyze the use of force.
It is quick. It is so quick.
When Nygil tries to leave, the security guard who made the initial call tackles him to the ground and a shot is fired, leading officers to open fire 10 times. We pause the video. Before the officer shoots, Nygil is on the ground with his hands up.
A total of 10 shots were fired. 5, and then a pause, and then 5 more. And if that is true, then I would like to question why the pause. From what I saw, I didn't see a threat on the ground.
In an interview weeks ago with Nygil's parents and their attorney, Gerald Griggs, they questioned the use of force in the video, calling it excessive. They say the 22-year-old was armed, but not a threat.
The gun is not visible. You can't see a gun. He's putting his hands up.
Hours prior, Maya Cullins had called for help dealing with her son's mental health.
My son is in the apartment and he's going through his manic phase.
We still don't know if officers understood he was in crisis before they responded. APD's report shows a 911 call requested an officer for an armed male inside the location. When they got there, an employee says,
A few minutes ago, he went inside the bar, pushed the bartender out of the way, grabbed the...
How do you deal with those situations? And unfortunately, too many of them result in what we see here.
Now, we did speak with Maya Cullins and her attorney hours ago. The family says that they hope that the release of this video marks the first step towards transparency for APD. They plan on announcing the next steps in this case. Tomorrow morning, we'll, of course, be there when this happens.
All right, Angelina, thanks a lot for the update there. By the way, the Cullins family filed a federal lawsuit just weeks ago claiming negligence, inadequate training, excessive and deadly force led to that shooting. Of course, we're going to continue to follow this case as it develops.